try and get Harper at second. The Phils will take it.
But you know who's not leaving? The fans that came down to see Bryce Harper.
You know, like I said, I had 500 Phillies fans out there that I was able to tip my cap to. So, you know, I was pumped about that.
Oh my gosh. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap. I know we're just a few games into the season, but this recap might be the best that we see this entire year. And guess what? We get to do it all over again tonight. Usually what I like to do in these MLB recaps is I like to save the biggest story for kind of like the middle of the video. I want to ease our way into it with the Blake Snell 13 strikeout performance or Zach Greinke hitting 2 home runs. So those are 2 stories that we will talk about. But for this one, we have to start with the bang. Bryce Harper returning to Washington, D.C., the town that raised him for the most part in his adult life. Yeah, it was just insane. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this game down as best as we can because I feel like I have to take you into the game. So what we're going to do to start off is before we even show you his at-bats, I have to take you into the stadium. We're going to hear just how loud the boos really were. There you guys go. You can hear the boos, and it was actually kind of a surreal thing to hear because I was watching it on TV. And the outfit that I'm wearing today, I just want to show how quickly things can change because this is the 2018 All-Star Game jersey. It was in Washington, D.C. There was a booth for MLB The Show 19, and everyone was saying who should be on the cover. Everyone and their mom chose Bryce Harper, so that city loved him. And now they're booing him. The last time that I saw a star being booed by his home fans was when Josh Hamilton left the Rangers for a division rival, the Angels, so that's really the only thing that I compare this to, but these boos were even louder than when Josh Hamilton returned back to Texas. And honestly, I don't even think that Josh Hamilton can compare to this. The only other thing that I can think of is when LeBron went back to Cleveland. That's how much they hated him. But anyways, guys, that is all besides the point. I just want to make sure that I'm not being biased because I want to bring up Nationals points. I want to bring up Phillies points because the Phillies did give him a better contract. The Nationals, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of the money that the Nationals were going to give Bryce Harper was deferred money. So anyways, that's the booing. That's why Nationals fans do not like him, and they showed it yesterday. So in his first at bat against Max Scherzer, we're going to go ahead and roll it because, man, it was electric.
And Max with 85 on the off-speed strikes him out.
So we see Bryce Harper striking out against Max Scherzer, but that's not really a big deal because Max Scherzer is one of the filthiest pitchers in all of baseball. Now, one quick little note before we actually talk about the second at bat. One big story was Trey Turner. He was squaring to bunt, and he was hitting the right index finger and actually broke his finger, so that really bums me out. Trey Turner was about to have a breakout 2019 season. He is now the captain of that ship along with Juan Soto. They were going to be a young and upcoming team. Unfortunately, all you MLB The Show fans, he's not going to go diamond anytime soon, but I hope that you get better, man. So the electricity in the building is already electric, and now it's about to get even more crazy because Bryce Harper's coming up for his second at-bat, and he does strike out. Again, it's normal. Max Scherzer's filthy. Bryce Harper, they have a lot of blood running through their veins. He strikes out, and then what really annoyed me is the fact that the Nationals Twitter... The Nationals Twitter had been trolling Bryce Harper all night. In his first at-bat when he struck out, all they tweeted was, "Thank you, next." Really? Really? Are you serious? First of all, Nationals Twitter, you're not funny. Second of all, there was so much more that went into Bryce Harper leaving your team than just leaving your team for the Phillies. There was deferred money. His wife is pregnant, so they were looking at hospitals and schools. So, I mean, I don't know what there is in DC and Philly between hospitals and all that different stuff, but there was more that went into it. He didn't just up and leave. That's just real petty. And then staying on the topic of the Nationals Twitter, as soon as Harper struck out a second time, they tweeted out a GIF or a video of him striking out saying, "Yo, Holmes, smell you later." Well, I think the only thing that you'll be smelling later is Bryce Harper's home run in just a few seconds. So before we talk about the Bryce Harper home run, I do have to show you guys the double that he hit because this is what really got Bryce Harper just pumped out of his mind because if you guys did not know, in right field where Bryce Harper plays, there was a huge mass of Phillies fans that bought all the front row tickets and they really hyped him up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the double and then I'm going to show you Bryce Harper running out to right field, and now he has a tradition where he takes off his hat, he bows, does a little fist bump, and this got me super hyped up.
And he pulls it to right field. That'll be in for a base hit. You know who's not leaving? The fans that came down to see Bryce Harper. Look at that reaction when he went out to his position. You don't think he's lifted up?
So now we know that Bryce Harper squashed the bug. The rivalry is fully in effect. If he's going to go ahead and bow for his new fans in his ex-home ballpark, we know that it's about to be a fun 13 years. Then there was an RBI single. He got even more pumped. And then the moment that you guys have all been waiting for, possibly the greatest bat flip of all time. Bryce Harper returning to DC. Just roll it.
In the air to right center field. How about this for a homecoming? That is crushed into the second deck for Bryce Harper.
You guys have to let me know in the comment section down below, what is the bigger bat flip? We have the Jose Bautista just launching that, and then we have the Bryce Harper returning to DC and flipping his bat. That bat flipped like 100 times. What's better? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I still think Jose was a little bit better, but I mean, they might be this close. So guys, that pretty much wraps it up for Bryce Harper returning to DC, because we still have a few other stories to talk about. I really wanted to break this game down because this is what baseball needed. I know that Mike Trout is a once-in-a-lifetime talent, but I'm going to say this. Bryce Harper is a once-in-a-lifetime player. Not only is he talented, he brings all of the emotions that you feel when you play baseball to the TV screen, so you can feel it with him as well. And I really, really, really enjoyed watching that game. I'm not a fan of the Phillies. I am not a fan of the Nationals, but I am a fan of Bryce Harper. I'm a fan of baseball, and that was one of the most epic performances and one of the most epic games, because Nationals fans, you got to boo him with 2 straight strikeouts. Then Phillies fans and Harper got to rejoice in his new signing by hitting a bomb, a double, a single. Bryce Harper went off after that second strikeout. So as a baseball fan, I just wanted to say thank you, Bryce Harper, for giving me one of the greatest memories I'll ever have. I'll remember this in 30 years. 100% I will. When Bryce Harper's son is called up to the majors, I'll remember this moment. Alright guys, so we're going to move on to the other topics of today, because baseball was still happening outside of DC. The first thing I have to bring up is the fact that Bobby Cox, the Hall of Fame coach and manager, he did suffer a stroke. So guys, prayers up for Bobby Cox. The next story is actually pretty crazy because it's a pitcher's home run triangle. So Zach Greinke hit 2 home runs in a game for the first time in a couple years. The last pitcher to do that was Madison Bumgarner, and Madison Bumgarner hit those 2 home runs off Zach Greinke, but also Madison Bumgarner hit a home run yesterday. So it's a crazy home run pitcher triangle thing.
One pitch to Greinke will be driven to center field. Margot headed back onto the track at the wall. It's gone. A 3-run home run. Now a drive to deep left field for Greinke. He has gone deep for the second time tonight.
High drive. Left field. Out of here. He's done it again, folks.
So we saw Zach Greinke hit those 2 home runs. Then we saw Madison Bumgarner kind of pimp a home run. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, if Madison Bumgarner was pitching to Madison Bumgarner, and if Bumgarner would have bat flipped or stared at the pitch like Bumgarner did, I think Bumgarner would have gotten mad at Bumgarner. Does that make sense? Anyways, guys, moving on over to the Dodgers. Cody Bellinger is an early season MVP candidate. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys don't know what the sophomore slump is, usually what that means is that you have a really good first season, then the league kind of figures you out, so you have a bad second year, but then you figure out the league. So your third season, you're pretty much back in business. You're back to the player that you were in year number 1. Cody Bellinger is up to 5 home runs. He has a zillion RBIs already, and all because of this grand slam last night. I mean, if you have Cody Bellinger on your fantasy team, I mean, GG to you.
Here's 1-0. Bellinger swings, high drive, center field, hit the wall, grand slam, Cody Bellinger.
Speaking of fantasy points, yeah, the guy that I'm facing right now this week, he has Blake Snell on his team. I think he got 40 points alone because Blake Snell had 13 strikeouts. He was absolutely dominant last night, so we're going to go ahead and roll a few clips because I'm spent already. Man, that Bryce Harper first couple clips, that got me so hyped up.
3-2 right now. Here's the 3-2. Man, keep going. Pitch. The 1-2. For the first out. And now the 2-2.
You guys saw the Zach Greinke home runs, the Madison Bumgarner home runs. Cody Bellinger and Blake Snell are doing his thing. The last couple things I want to bring up is the fact that the Orioles and the Brewers have won 4 straight. Now, if I said the Brewers won 4 straight, you'd probably think that makes sense. But the Orioles are on a 4-game winning streak, so I want to say props to them. The Mariners are playing out of their mind right now. The Twins are in first place in the AL Central, so as an Indians fan, I'm scared about that. So the last clip that we're going to talk about is for the second day in a row. Ramon Laureano is throwing out Xander Bogaerts on one of the best throws of the year. So Bryce Harper has 2 of the longest home runs of the season. Ramon Laureano has 2 of the best throws of the season, and we're only a couple games in. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Slap a like on this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more daily baseball content. Without further ado, Ramon, take it away, man.
Hit pretty well. Right center. Laureano at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Rolls towards center field. Bogaerts going to try for 30. Hesitated briefly. The throw is there.